Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing, one, two, three, guys. How are we? So I think today's stream's going to be a bit of a spicy one because the strike's happening on Monday and cross-border hiring has just kicked in. So I reckon today is going to be a spicy one. And we have time for everyone to join in and come and say hello. And also, if you're just joining in, let me know if you can hear me clearly. The volume's good on TikTok and on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Hello, Big Chow. How are we, mate, on TikTok? I'm going to try my best to keep on top of the comments on TikTok, but TikTok flies. So that's why I'm asking you if you want, come over to Facebook, Twitch, Kick, or YouTube. The comments go on the big screen. That's the only thing I ask. But is the sound okay? Everyone happy? Yes, guys. Tap the likes and follows, much appreciated. Let's get it going. Jono, no, zero snow. I know it's mental down in the West Midlands, isn't it? I know Birmingham and East Midlands airport is shut as well. So it's a bit naughty, isn't it? But yeah, I know the snow's really bad in the West Midlands. Have you had any snow, have you? Where you are? Yeah, because we're going to be talking about the strike and who's striking. And we're going to talk about cross-border hiring. So it's just come in. The government are going to start talking about it, aren't they? So it'll be interesting to see. Same here last night, was stuck in Solihull on a job. Was it dead icy? Was it dead slippy? When we had it on Monday, it was really bad. The beamer wouldn't move. But this time it come through. It's not too bad. Hello, Stephen on Facebook. How are we, mate? Are you still on Delta, Stephen? How's it going? Sally, we don't work all day on the 12th, do we? It's up to you, mate. Listen, the strike is optional. Do you know what I mean? The strike is optional. But a lot of people, because they don't want to miss out on the money, a lot of people are working for a local company or they're working for Bolt or a different company. That's what they're going to try and do anyway. So they're going to try and not strike by working a different company. Do you know what I mean? But it's totally optional, guys. You're self-employed. Do what you want. Actually, I need it. One sec. Just need to tell everyone on Discord we're live if they don't know already. Let's have a looky. Just started a Discord as well, which is pretty fun. Twitch, Kick, Facebook, and YouTube. Abdul, cross-border is good. Only certain council have ruined it, like Wolverhampton knows it. That's what they're saying. I think it's the actual what's actually gone on. It's like the cross-border hiring has worked for a lot of people, a lot of companies. It's certain individuals has gone over the top of it, and like you said, use that as like a money-making thing. Do you know what I mean? Stephen, I've just picked up an Uber driver up, and they didn't even know about the strike. Did you tell him to follow, Mister Driver Matty? Yeah, mate. Obviously, if you think about it, mate, there's probably 10,000 Uber drivers in Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? And probably 1 or 2,000 are on social media. Do you know what I mean? Ray on Facebook, rejecting the low price of Uber would be the best strategy rather than going completely offline. Yeah, but Ray, in my opinion, mate, when you do that, it's a bit salty, innit? Because you're affecting other people's livelihoods then. It's your choice if you want to strike, mate. It's your choice if you want to fight the power. But don't ruin it for the lads that are working. Because they might need the money, lad. You don't know what's going on then, personally. I wouldn't stay online and reject jobs and get rid of the surge. Let the lads do what they want to do. If you want to strike, you strike, mate. But if people want to work, let them work. Don't try and ruin it for them, mate. Everyone's got to earn the dough, lad. Do you know what I mean? Ali, good morning on Facebook. Renee, good morning on Facebook. Gabby, good morning on Facebook. Who is striking? I don't know, mate, at the moment. It's a little bit open the air, isn't it? Stephen, yes, still on Delta. Christmas was terrible, but because the kids are back in school, it's been good. Good lad, good lad. Abdul, Uber drivers need to make a stand. Look what happened in Ireland. Abdul, the difference is, mate, Uber drivers in the UK are striking against Uber. Yeah, for like the rates and how it's going. What happened in Ireland? It weren't Uber drivers striking. It was taxi drivers striking, right? Which has a lot more unity because they've got an enemy to focus on. So no taxi driver in Ireland wants Uber in. Where in Uber, a lot of people like working for Uber. Do you get me? So there's more unity there. And also the more striking against the councils allowing it to happen as well, not just Uber, mate. Do you know what I mean? So if you strike against the council, or strike against the government. You got ways and you know what I mean. It's happening. If you're striking against a multi-billion-pound company, they don't care about you, mate. They really don't. They're just looking at you going, "It's a bit busy in the UK today, isn't it?" Do you know what I mean? Sad on YouTube. Is it worth driving an E-Class taxi 20 plate? It depends what you're doing, mate. If you're doing a bit of nice airport work, bit of chauffeur work, then I'd say yes. If you're on Uber, no. Electric or hybrid on Uber, mate. The mileage, the Uber rates are that bad. I would not be doing Uber in a diesel, mate. Or try not to anyway. Hello, everyone on TikTok. Thanks for the likes and follows. Much appreciated. If you have any other social media guys on TikTok and you want to jump over to it, ask me a question. Yeah, I'm on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, and Facebook. If you want to come over and ask a question, mate. Stuart, taxi game's finished. Do you know what though, mate? It's January. It always seems that it's finished and then it picks up a bit on it. But yeah, it's January, such a negative month, innit? Rough, rough, rough. How to get airport transfer jobs in London as an operator. Advertise Walter White. I thought you were dead. No way, advertise Walter White, mate. That's the best way to do it. I don't see anyone striking in Edinburgh. Yeah? I don't know, mate. Do you reckon they'll start striking in Edinburgh? I know there's a lot of drama in Edinburgh with the private hire, applying for hire, aren't they? Better doing a go slow around Liverpool city centre, especially entry exit Birkenhead Tunnel. Phil, lad, if I was driving to the city centre to a doctor's appointment, or to like an important meeting, or even a bit of shopping or the food, I do not want to be stuck behind a go slow. Uber's not going to be bothered about a go slow in Liverpool. Do you know who else is going to be bothered about it? Everyone else who lives in Liverpool. Don't be doing no go slows and blocking roads, mate. Jesus Christ. Don't be doing that. It's not. Yeah, mate, it is. But everyone in Uber's negative in the media anyway, innit? So all you're doing is just going to pee off the locals, aren't you? Morning, everyone. Do you do taxi as well? Yeah, kind of. I've done okay, mate. To be fair, is right, Stu. Are you on Uber, mate, or a local? Escapone. How do I get onto Uber? Well, if you want to be an Uber Eats driver, you can just apply that easy. If you want to be a Uber driver, as in taxis, you've got to be a private hire driver. But I'll probably these days advise against it, mate. To be honest, personal opinion, it's a bit. But obviously, you do you. I'm not trying to scare you off. I'm trying to save you the misery. Do you know what I mean? Time for the likes and follows, guys. Much appreciated. It does help, by the way, massively. If you just hit the like button, if you hit the follow button, do you know what I mean? It does help. Yeah, the taxi man, hello, mate. You jump in quite often now. Thanks for that, mate. I don't see Edinburgh drivers striking. It's dead here. Thankfully, I have a school contract and other income sources. Jack, people are like holding on to their school contracts at the moment, aren't they? Especially in January when it's so dead. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think definitely. Um, January's just a killer, isn't it? Stuart, I've done Black Cab, then switched to private hire, Delta and Alpha. Now I only do Uber. And are you happy with Uber, Stuart? Are you striking, mate, or are you not bothering? Because I know a lot of people are striking and a lot of people aren't. Do you know what I mean? It's so personal. It's so personally preference. People have messaged me going, I can't wait to Uber on Monday because it's going to be dead busy. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of people are like, I'm striking, fight the power, fight the man. I don't know. Striking, but keep app open. I don't agree with that, mate. If you keep the app open, you kill the surge or you kill the business for the drivers that are working. Go slow impacts, those still working, they get caught up in it. Yeah, but Phil was self-employed, mate. Yeah, it keeps the prices down for people who are working. If you want, like, if you're self-employed, right? Hi, I'm self-employed. I want to strike to make a change. Great stuff. Don't punish people who aren't striking. They still need it in. They might not be striking because they don't know nothing about it. They might be striking because they're desperate for they need the money. Do you know what I mean? Don't be trying to ruin it on other people. If your fight is against Uber, it's not against other drivers, mate. Do you know what I mean? So I get you want to strike and stuff, but don't try and punish other people for working. Jesus Christ. Morning, driver Scott. How are we, mate? Like, are you with me? Like, am I the bad guy am I the bad guy in the room here? Do you think it's a bad? Do you think it's a bad idea to strike and then ruin it for people who aren't striking? Do you know what I mean? Tap the likes, guys. Do us a favour on TikTok. Keep tapping the like button. Facebook and all that. Just keep follows and likes, please. Much appreciated. Do you get me though? It's like you don't want to be ruining it for other people, do you? Jack, the taxi man on YouTube. My badge is due in April. I'm debating if I should renew. Just shy of 600 quid for badge and course. Need to sit down. Plus, need to buy another car and plate it. Jack, your badge renewal is 600 quid. Stop it. See, I'm never gonna let my badge um expire because I think it's like 150. Is it under 300 quid? I think for a dual plate, a dual badge. But I'd like 3 years, 4 years. I'm never gonna let my plate expire just in case something happens in a few weeks, innit? Or a few months, and you go, oh, best get back on the cabs. Oof. Ian on Facebook, hello mate. What are you hoping to achieve with a strike? I work for a local firm. I think Uber won't care. They'll just should put up the prices for the price for the strike. 100%, Ian. 100%. I don't think the strike will work. I don't think there's striking involved with self-employment. I really don't. And like you say, there's like billions or millions and millions of jobs every day on Uber. They're not even going to probably notice. They're going to go, oh, Uber's looking a little bit busy Monday morning. That's about it. We'll do some tests if you come back here. If you come back here, guys, right, on Monday, I'll be live streaming at 10. That's my routine, 10 till midday, Monday and Friday. But I might come on a little bit earlier. And we'll do some tests live on stream. We'll see if we can get an Uber. I reckon that'd be a good way of doing it, won't it? And we'll find out if it's actually working. Because if you book an Uber, say, 11 a.m. on Monday, and you book an Uber down in London, going to Heathrow, not even a massive like job, tempting people and stuff, and you get someone to pick you up, strike's not working, is it? Do it, yeah, mate. I make it work for me, but I won't be striking. And you took the words out of my mouth. It will be busy. What people don't understand: taxis are dog eat dog world. Every man for themselves. If you're not happy with prices, don't accept and wait for another Uber. Is an international global multi-billion-pound business with a couple of hundred people striking. Won't make a difference, mate. Stu, that is literally you hit the nail on the head. Do you know what I mean? If you're not happy with Uber, just find another supplier of work. Just go to a different company, get a different job. Me, I'm not a big fan of Uber. I think the rates are too low, especially whenever you've got a stupid car, diesel car. So I haven't worked Uber since September because I'm not happy with Uber. Do you know what I mean? I've just found other ways and other means. Do you know what I mean? If I was still a full-time taxis, I'd be on locals. I'll be on Vizu, Alpha, or whatever, because I'm not happy with how cheap the rates are. But I'm not going to be picketing the streets or blocking traffic or causing mayhem. I'll just go, they're not for me. I'll look elsewhere. And you just keep happy and stay happy, don't you? Jack the taxi man, just under £300 for a badge, 3 years and 350. You need to pay for a course on a renewal, 315 quid. It's unusual. Hello, John on YouTube. Why strike but have the app on? That's not a strike. That's just showing you are online and working but not accepting any jobs. Your acceptance rates for jobs. That's a point. That's a point, John. If you want to show Uber that there's a lack of drivers because there's a strike and it's working, why have the Uber app on? Uber's going to look at Liverpool or look at the UK and go, "Oh, there's loads of drivers working." Next. You're all right, John. You're all right. Tony on Facebook. Can't see the strike doing anything, mate. It's too big of a corporation to make anything different. After 20 years, it's time to hang up the badge when it expires in March 2028. Are you hanging up the badge, Tony? Fair play, mate. Fair play. Tony on YouTube. I don't think they're related. Uber doesn't force you to drive for them. Strikes are stupid. If you don't like it, leave. Yeah. Kind of agree with that, Tony, mate. Facebook, Andy. I think you have balanced opinion. There's no really right or wrong, correct? If people want to work, they will. But if the strike really makes people at Uber sit up and take note, Andy, that's why I say I'm quite neutral doing what I do anyway. But if you want to strike, strike. If you don't want to strike, don't strike. Just not. Don't try and ruin it. You're striking against Uber. You're not striking against drivers. You know. Don't ruin it for other drivers. Do you know what I mean? See, a lot of people say this, Jack. So Jack's just put on YouTube, strike in January. It's pointless to me. Everyone is skint and a direct debit still needs to be paid. Yeah? If you're done a strike on a busy period, you've got less chance of drivers striking. Now, 7 a.m. till midday, it's not busy for Uber, but drivers could possibly miss it because it's just 5 hours on a midweek Monday during January. So you might actually get more people striking because you're not missing out on much money. If you get me, Jack. So the impact might not be as extreme than striking on New Year's Eve, but you got more chance of drivers striking on a Monday morning than you have on New Year's Eve. So it actually might have more impact. I've said all the time, if you're going to strike, I'd strike between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. I really would. I'd strike 10 a.m., 2 p.m., Monday to Friday, and get that strike bang, like flying. And Uber will look up and go, "Oh my God, no one's working between these hours. Why? Bang. Drivers aren't missing much because who the hell wants to work between the rush hours midweek?" That's just my opinion, mate. Jack, yeah, the course with new drivers, then the council changed it to a 3-day course going over T's and C's, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. back to school. Jack, that's heavy, that, mate. Stuart on Facebook, exactly, Matty. If you don't like it, move on. All these people striking Monday morning, they will certainly be working in the afternoon or Tuesday morning. They'll be back out on the app. That's what I mean. And also, a lot of people that are actually pushing the strikes, and I found this out on the last stream, is the part timers. Do you know what I mean? They're like, we should strike for a week. We should strike and all that. And they go, let me guess, you got a full time job? And he's like, yeah. The people who are pushing the strikes aren't full time drivers. They're part-time drivers that want better rates and better way of life, but they're already covered with a full-time job. Do you know what I mean? Phil Mack must be already on strike. There's no jobs for ages. Grim, innit? That's why I come live, mate. I come live at this time because I know drivers can jump in and have a gab. Jason on Facebook has been suggested have the app on, but let jobs time out the right. See, Jason, I don't agree with that, mate. Because in Uber's eyes, it's going to look like there's no strike because everyone's got their app on. The whole point of making a shout to Uber is to Uber to flag up on their system and go, hold on a minute, what's going on in the UK? It's the dead hours and it's crazy busy. There's no drivers working. What's going on? That's the point of a strike. So some people have come out and went, why don't we leave the app on and just ignore all the jobs? Okay. Uber looks at the strike on Monday and go, oh, look, no one's striking. There's loads of drivers on. Some people, man. Funny, innit? Stuart, if you're going to strike, it needs to be a week between the hours of 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. Yeah, but the thing is, though, Stuart, everyone needs to work that morning rush hour, mate, because the skins, aren't they? Yeah, I know, but you got to find out a time when drivers are actually going to strike, not more of the fact. Right, listen, there's still going to be hundreds of jobs in Liverpool now at 10 a.m. There'll be hundreds of jobs, 200 jobs. There's loads of people using Uber, but there's loads of drivers. So the impact's the same. If you get 5% of people striking on New Year's Eve, you won't even notice there's a strike. If you get 80% of people striking on a Wednesday afternoon, you'll notice the strike. It's not about the impact on Uber, it's the how many drivers you can get behind the strike. Look at the last strike of Valentine's Day. No one striked. I went live on I went live on the socials and literally no one striked. Everyone was out working. It was actually worse Valentine's for years because people actually worked it when they weren't going to because they thought it was busy. You need to strike when it's the least impact is on the drivers that you get behind it. Do you know what I mean? The council said they'll provide lunch expenses, sandwich and coffee. Aren't they generous? James would make a bigger impact if everyone went online and sat in busy airports and let all the jobs down. No, James, because for one, you'll be tempted by a juicy job. Probably. Thanks for the follow, mate. Thank you. Um, you'd be tempted, wouldn't you, by a juicy job? And two, in Uber's eyes, they're not at the airport looking at it, they're looking on their software. If they see all drivers online, they're not going to think there's a strike working. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing, you gotta you gotta think a little bit about these strikes. People just create an image or create a strike and don't think of like a little bit more about it. Do you know what I mean? I've been back since Monday, 8 hours on Uber, 118 quid so far. Grim that. And then you gotta take your expenses off. I've said to loads of people it's a minimum wage job at best. James, you do that at the airport. Let a time out. The rates high, then boom, I'm accepting the job. That's a good idiot. It's good up. Honestly, I just oh god. Yeah, it's bad. I've had to take a couple of donkey jobs to pay the bills. Lad, you donkey. What a stupid term. We're all self-employed. We're all taxi drivers, we're all private hire drivers, we're all Uber drivers. If you want to take the job, take the job. If you don't want to take the job, don't take the job. It does not make you a donkey. I don't know where this donkey term come from. It does me head in. Oh, donkey job, that. Like, what? John on YouTube, hello matey. I did about an hour and a half yesterday and got 16 quid. Completed all four jobs offered. It worked out to £10.89 an hour, four expenses. Wow. It is a bad time. No, it is January, guys. It is a bad time. But still, wow. Uber Rex strike and go and park yourself outside of town, city centre with protest police card. Decent pay for Uber drivers. I would say, right, can I give you my opinion of what I think with a strike would work? I would say do a 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. every Wednesday going forward, right? Yeah, do not have the app turned on. Yeah, do not have the app turned on. If you want to work, go and work for a different company or a different operator like Bolt or someone like that, and don't even put the Uber app on. Yeah. So Wednesday, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. it'll probably be pink surge if everyone gets involved and there's no drivers. That will flag up and show on Uber's system to look into what's going on. If everyone strikes on Monday and leaves the app open, Uber's not even going to know there's a flipping strike on. Do you know what I mean? Unless you follow driver Matty or DM News, you know what I mean? So yeah, if it is, it's grim. KS on TikTok. January's depression. We still got bills. Very true, mate. Very true. Andy on Facebook. I will take a screenshot of my area and see how many Uber drivers are out during the strike. I don't think there will be much of a difference. That's what I mean, Andy. That's what I look at. So you all need to come on the streams on Monday. Come on the streams on Monday, and we'll have a little hangout. 4 hours work this morning, half five till half nine, 109 quid. Nice ways. Yeah, that's done well, mate. 4 hours, yeah, done well, that. Jack, I need you from the DM airport transfers. Jack, it's quiet, mate. Time of year, innit, mate? I get a couple of little jobs here and there, but not much at all. Very quiet. Stuart, this is what I mean, Matty. I don't get how people are not making money. You can work anywhere in the Northwest. I cashed out this morning, 937 quid since Monday. I've done hours. I'm making 1200 at least a week and can't prove it. 100%, Stuart. There's money to be out there. It's just not as good as it used to be, is it? I think that's what it is. So the old school drivers are stuck comparing to the way it used to be. Times have changed, things have changed. Do you know what I mean? I can't, no, Stuart, I don't believe that, lad. You've been in the car for 32 hours under 1200 quid. Or is that 32 driving hours on the app? 32 hours driving hours or in the app? Because people think that you're doing 32 hours, 1200 quid. Or 937 quid, sorry. You're not averaging 30 quid an hour on Uber app, mate. Especially if you're in the Northwest. Time to follow or subscribe on YouTube. Thank you, Stanley. See what happens when you gives a little follow and you gives a like, it pops up. Yeah, there you go. 32 driving hours. It could be 65 hours, that, Stu, realistically, with sitting off in it. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to be 32 driving hours is irrelevant because it's just with you on trip. And I'm 47 in the car. There you go, it's more realistic. So just call it 50 hours to make the math easy. 1,000 quid, 50 hours. You're talking £20 an hour average. Minus your expenses and everything else. You're probably talking minimum wage, 13 quid an hour after expenses. It's about right. Time to like some follows, guys. Much appreciated. No cross-border here, higher in Edinburgh. Jack, have they stopped that? So in Glasgow, they've stopped all the cross-border hiring, haven't they? Have they stopped it in Edinburgh as well? So can only Edinburgh private hires work in Edinburgh? Because I'm pretty sure only Glasgow private hires can work in Glasgow. Time for election follows, kids. Much appreciated. Boss is exec better, more money. Well, yeah, it is, mate, but he's got more expensive, haven't you? So if you um if you go out and buy an executive car for Uber, you're just gonna be paying more expenses. Uber, mate, you're better off just sticking to your lecky car on a home charge or like a really good hybrid. Realistically, mate. Morning MK on YouTube. How are we, kids? So how's it going? Is anyone out working? Good question, mate. Are we going to see any changes by the government in the private hire industry? So by the sounds of it, mate, it looks like they're going to be more making the rules and regulations level. Do you know what I mean? So as an example, if you're in Liverpool, you look at the Liverpool Council. It's got a knowledge test. It's expensive or whatever, whatever, whatever. It's hard to get. Yeah. So people in Liverpool will then go to Wolverhampton because it's quicker, easier, and cheaper, or it used to be. Okay. So that was the whole point of why there's loads of Wolves in Liverpool because Wolves was cheaper, quicker, easier. Right. So what the government's looking at doing is bringing all the standards up to the same. So if you're in Liverpool and you're going to get your private hire badge, it's going to be more or less similar test, similar costs, similar time. So if you're in Liverpool, you're just going to apply for your Liverpool badge because it's pointless in going anywhere else because it's all the same test, it's all the same speed, it's all the same money. I think that's what they're looking at doing. But also they're talking about making the areas bigger. So we could possibly be getting a Merseyside badge. We could be getting a Greater Manchester badge. We might get a West Midlands badge instead of these individual badges, which makes rules and regulations a lot more easier because you got 70 districts instead of like 150 or whatever that is. Do you know what I mean? So I reckon it will work. Will Tesla Cybercab when they come out to destroy Uber driving in a couple of years? Yeah, yeah. People are saying about Waymo. I don't think Waymo's a problem. I really don't. The Tesla Cybercab will be. They can produce them quarter the cost, one every minute. Unreal. When the Tesla Cybercab comes, that's when the game's over. Do you know what I mean? By the way, guys, if you're watching, just make sure you keep liking them. Like them, please, guys. Get the streams pumping. How often do executive jobs show up on Uber? John, it depends, mate. To be honest, very, very rare. In Liverpool, anyway. You probably got more exec and looks in London, but in Liverpool, mate, very rare. Even when I was like working quite a bit in the Tesla Model S, maybe one or two a week, not even that. Stuart, I remember on Delta, used to go out 6 a.m., 1 p.m., you could do 230, 250. They were the days, mate. They were the days. Delta, back in the day before Uber, Delta and were the owners, mate. They were like the OG. They were like the main company. You'd book a Delta all the time, wouldn't you? Town is almost empty, is it? Wow. She's on YouTube. Skoda Superb, 119 brake horsepower, hurts the wallet, but it pulls when it needs. Yeah, mate, the Skoda Superbs are lovely. One of my favourite cars, then. Really, one of my favourite cars. You get the Skoda Superb and a plug-in hybrid, or a hybrid, or an electric. If they brought out a Skoda Superb electric, unbelievable car. Worked from 5:30 in the morning till 10 a.m. 45 quid. Stop it. It can't be that bad out. Surely not. There we go. That's what I'm on about, Jess. So private hire, you can pick up anywhere in Scotland as long as it's going back to your licence area. I think that's a brilliant thing. I think that's a brilliant thing. Uber Scotland is different from England. Uber stopped all the cross-border hiring. I think that's brilliant. I think if you, whenever you pick up in London, you get a job in Birmingham, as long as it's returning to where you're going, I think that's brilliant, mate. Do you know what I mean? It stops people going from Liverpool to Manchester and working and staying in Manchester and taking all the Manchester jobs. But what's good is if you get a job from Liverpool to Manchester, wait in Manchester. If you get a job back to Liverpool, fantastic. I reckon that's the best way to do it. I really do. No English language, no job shouldn't attest. Yeah, to be honest, mate, if you can't speak the local language, it's a bit rough, innit? I couldn't get a job in Spain, could I? And not be able to speak Spanish. That'd be a bit silly, wouldn't it? John, I'm out working. Well, sat off waiting for jobs since the school run. I put Uber on at 9 a.m. It's now 10:26. Completed 3 out of 4 job offers and a grand total of 12 quid. John, do you want my honest opinion, mate? I would not be online between 9 and 2. I wouldn't. I don't do it at any time. But like during January, never. Morning rush, afternoon rush, and maybe nights. Yeah, you just got to grind through January, mate. Do you reckon any with a badge already will automatically get a plate if it does happen? What do you mean, Stuart? Like if it was Liverpool region plate? Yeah, so I think what will happen is maybe on a renewal or something like that. I reckon your Merseyside plate will be combined probably into Liverpool, Sefton, and Knowsley as like a Merseyside plate. Because we don't have no regions, it doesn't matter, does it? It wouldn't happen with the Hackneys because you can't have Liverpool, Knowsley, and Sefton Hackneys working in the city centre. You just can't do it. But for private hire, a Merseyside plate makes it sound good, doesn't it? As long as Sefton and Knowsley come up to Liverpool's standards of getting the badge. I think it'd be a bit crap if Liverpool drops to Sefton and Knowsley standards. Because then there'd be no tests, it'd be dead easy, and then there'd be loads of drivers, won't there? Okay, the problem is Uber Drivers app, 99% don't know exactly is available to book as they put it under page 101, all the way end of the rider screen. Correct, mate, you are right. Andy, on Facebook, do you think Wolverhampton Council will fight this change in licensing drivers as they stand to lose millions? Birmingham City Council is bankrupt, so Wolverhampton may fight it, and losses will be massive for them. To be honest, mate, I think Wolverhampton has kind of realised what's happened and what's gone on, and Wolverhampton's actually coming out, aren't they now, and talking about it and think it should happen. So Wolverhampton Council took advantage of the loophole. But Wolverhampton, I think I read an article a few months ago. I'm sure Wolverhampton Council, as I said, you should stop this loophole. Do you know what I mean? Because they're probably just inundated now, and Do you know what I mean? Richest council in the in the country. Stuart on Facebook. Delta used to promote everywhere, always on the Radio City. Get a Delta taxi. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember the ads, mate. Don't know what happened. Alpha is bigger than Delta now. Yes, Stu, because Alpha changed with the times. I think Alpha tried to change and go with Uber and do some different changes and you know what I mean, get like a good app, blah 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 blah. With Delta was still the same app for years with the same system, didn't really do or push anything. Where Alpha was buying companies, advertising, loads of pushing. So I think that's why Alpha beats Delta. Purely because Alpha wanted it more by the seams of it. Like I think he's like Alpha like tried the best. Delta, Delta's just existing now, isn't it? Uber Rex should be doing those at £1 per mile, i.e. 50p mile overall. I know, mate. Stuart, John, go home, fella. 100% Stuart. I was over to the Highlands for a job back to Edinburgh last summer for just over £1,000. Wow. Scotland hits different, doesn't it? There's some good rates then, mate. Uber Dab Thomas, hello from London, TFL driver. Hello, matey. She's, I'm on the same boat now, and I'm not even bothered with Uber much. Guys, if you're out working right now, go home, get on the couch, and come and watch me. I'm live for another hour and a half. Put your feet up, have a coffee. Pointless being at work now. Wayne on Facebook, hello mate. I have recently got my private hire badge with Sefton almost 3 months ago. Plated my own car. Currently driving for Delta. Is it worth signing up for Uber? I've heard you can drive two companies. How does that work? Wayne, stay with Delta, mate. So what I'm going to tell you right now, local company, Delta, use as an example for Wayne, has a capped commission. So Wayne, you must be paying what, 120 quid a week, 130 quid a week, and that's all you pay. Some Uber drivers are paying 500 quid a week, mate, in commission, right? So the main benefit of working for Vizu, Alpha, or Delta is a capped fixed commission. That is the best thing for local businesses. Because once you hit that capped commission, yeah, all every penny of the fare, which are good fares by the way, are all yours, right? If you double up with Uber and Delta, you are losing that benefit of the cap commission. Okay? And that is why I always say it only double up if you're working two companies with a percentage commission. If you're working for a local company with a cap commission, just grind with them, mate. You'll make your money. You could probably, with Delta, 135 quid a week, smash Monday out, and you got that settled paid on Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every penny is yours, mate. Do you know what I mean? And it's probably really good rates as well. Where Uber drivers, they're still paying commission on the Saturday after working 6 days, mate. But I will say Uber's busier. It'll keep your wheels moving. But every time your wheel moves, you be getting a hell of a less per mile. Do you know what I mean? So I'd rather myself personally, I'd rather be waiting around for my jobs a bit more. Yeah? But knowing when I do get a job, those jobs are worth more in my back pocket. Do you know what I mean? And it looks after your car more, less miles on your car, less depreciation, less fuel, less expenses, more bang for your buck. But it may be quieter than Uber. Do you get me? I would myself personally, mate, do that, and I've always said that. If you work on Uber and Bolt, both of them don't have a fixed commission. Double up with them. But if you're happy with Delta, Wayne, I'd stay with Delta, mate. Jack, do people find people book pet, but there is never a pet? Must be the first thing pre-booked they see, I guess. Oh no, I ignore pets, mate. Oh, can't be bothered with the hassle. Uber Dab Thomas, hello, matey. Do you think Waymo will come to Manchester? Yeah, I reckon Waymo will come over. I just think Waymo will be a gimmick. I think Waymo will not make a massive impact on the taxi trade. It's a separate app. Each vehicle costs 80, 90 grand, and there's loads of problems with them because it's human involved. Do you know what I mean? Cybercab and Tesla Cybercab that's coming out. Less than 25 grand to be produced, completely AI driven, and he can make them one Cybercab per minute. That's the worry if that comes to the UK. Waymo, in my opinion, is not a worry. Just a really fancy gimmick. Z's Alpha is whack. They sack a lad for having an air freshener with a fake taxi on it. Joke company. That sounds a little bit skeptical, that, doesn't it? Alpha sacked someone for having an air freshener. Come on, lad. Mental last story, lad. Wayne, 135 quid a week. Yeah, there you go. There's worky Delta, mate. Stuart, be honest with you, my hours are 4 till 9. I go home and chill, back out 2:45 till 7. Stuart, Monday to Friday, best hours of the week, mate. Period. Best hours of the week. Deal with traffic and a bit of hassle. Best hours of the week, mate. Wayne, I hear you, pal. Thanks for the advice. No problems, mate. You better. Are you following me? Wayne, click the follow button and you best pop up on the screen. If you've not followed me after that awesome advice, I won't be very happy. I'll phone Delta, get them to sack you. I won't, I've got no power there. Uber X, don't scousers call a girl a pet. No, that's Geordie's, isn't it? Or 8-pit. We call them birds, don't we? Yeah, so we call them birds. Jack the Taxi Man, I think robocars will only after the trade is when Tesla and Uber do it. Uber's actually doing it, mate. Let me just check. Let me just throw this on the big screen. Where is it? Give me a sec, guys. I'll throw it up on the screen. They actually look, fair play to Uber, mate. They actually look really nice. Yeah, let me flip the screen. I hope I clicked the right thing. Right, guys, can you see that on my screen? So this is DM News, an absolutely fantastic news website that shares stories and everything about the taxi trade and airports. So this first look at Uber's Lucid Robotaxi revealed at the CES 2026, and there it is. There it is. Can you see it, guys, on my screen? You're a follower, Wayne. Good lad. I'll leave it on the screen for a minute just so you can all see it. Sorry, TikTok. You're not on the other streaming services, so you can't see what I'm showing. I can only show it on the social medias that's showing up on your screen. That is the Lucid driverless Uber taxi on my screen. So that will be coming. That could be a problem for Uber drivers. It really could. Stuart, so me and my mate done a little comp the other week. He's on Alpha doing some hours, same days, Monday to Friday. Worked out I made out 400 quid more than him, and he still had to pay settle. Wow, Stuart. Fair play. John, Matty, we're your Geordie impersonating people from South Africa originally. Lad, my accents are terrible. Oh, what are you, man? What are you doing, you little wee pet? No, that's not even we's Irish. Lads, don't get me started. UberX will a robot taxi talk to you for instructions. What do you mean, mate? I know Waymo, mate. You can talk to human beings. Robo taxi, mate, is completely AI. When I went to America the other week, I got in a Tesla. He had an Uber, booked an Uber. And it was a Tesla Model Y, the new one, and he full driverless system me all the way through the full journey. He didn't even touch the steering wheel and the pedals, and it was surreal. And he was telling me all about it. And he said Tesla's leagues and leagues and leagues ahead of anyone else. They don't need the big cameras or the radar systems or nothing. It's all AI with the cameras, mate. I reckon the cyber cabs are going to be they're going to be lethal. I reckon the cyber cabs. This is my guess. I reckon you could buy a cyber cab. You can use it for your own personal car. Take you to work, drop you off at work, take the kids to school, driverless, and then you can send it out working. You can send it out working when you don't need it. I reckon that will be the future. That's my prediction. You heard it now. Driver Matty. Because like and follow, guys. Much appreciated. It does help me out massively. So hit that like button, hit that follow button. Hello, Stewie. Put my new driver application for Sefton in on the 9th of the 12th. Anyone know how long it takes? Still waiting to hear from Stewie. Sefton's slow because it's easy, mate. Knowsley's slow because it's easy, mate. Liverpool's fast because it's hard. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Hello, Martin. How are we, mate? Just joined and heard the bad Geordie. Going back to Popmaster. Listen, Martin. Martin's a Geordie, by the way. Oh, wait a minute. Are you a Macam or a Geordie? I can't remember, Martin. Oh, yeah, man. Wayne, I'm not sure the driverless taxis will work over here. Our roads are way more complex than the grid system they use in America. 100% Wayne. But the way that driverless Tesla drove using AI, not using like a mapped grid system like Waymo does, made that Tesla was unbelievable. I reckon I've used a driverless on my Tesla Model S. I had an enhanced autopilot, and it's the maximum you can use at the moment. Still got to use your steering wheel, still got to use your pedals, and it would do a lot of the driving on the motorway. It was brilliant. Honestly, mate, it could work. Waymos are driving around London now. It will work. It'll just be a lot harder. But I reckon anyone's going to do it. I reckon it will be the cybercabs. Geordie, sorry, Martin. I know you, Newcastle and Sunderland peeps have a little bit of a rivalry. Jack, the taxi man. I think that's Tesla's plan. You buy a car and send it out to work. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I reckon. I reckon it will. If it comes over to the UK, mate, I'm going to try my best to buy like two free Tesla cybercabs, mate. And what's going on? I'll do the content on it for you. Stuart had a lad in the other day. He said he had an Uber Tesla, and when he got out, the boot lifted and said, "Thanks for being an Uber customer. Enjoy your day." He was buzzing about it and said he paid £5 more. Go pay it just to hear and see that. Mad, isn't it? In it, mad. Bring on the driverless army. Let's go. We don't want driverless, Martin. Uber, Uber X, that's what I mean. Great. Stay in bed and send the Tesla out to work. How good would that be? That'll be my dream job. Ah, oh, name me some money. So the plan of attack with Tesla and Cybercaps, right, is he wants it less than £1 a mile. So he's worked out that owning your own vehicle, driving to and from work, running the shops, running whatever, cost us as Joe Public, not as a taxi, about £1 a mile. So what he wants to do is he wants to have driverless taxis that we can use as our own vehicles, and it'll cost £1 a mile. So in the future, you won't even own your own vehicle. You won't own your own vehicle. You'll just use Tesla cabs as your personal vehicle. Do you know what I mean? So you just about to go to school, you do the school run, you just book your Tesla cab, take them to school. Do you know what I mean? Because it'll cost you less or the same as owning and running your own vehicle. I think that's what Elon's dream of it. Mate, if that comes in, we're all screwed. Sounds good though, doesn't it? To have the likes and follows, guys, appreciated, and the gifts and all that. Much appreciated. Sorry for ignoring TikTok a little bit because they've got loads of comments to go through on the right hand side. Let's have a quick scan. Give me tips, please. The best hours and days to work on Uber. Monday to Friday, morning rush, afternoon rush, weekends, nights, as much as you can. Avoid before midday, unless you're doing early morning to take the creatures home, because there's not much work between 9 a.m. and midday on the weekends. Pasta, everybody take advantage. 12th of January, massive surge. Ooh, someone's not striking. Hey? Someone's not striking, are they? Is that going to cause a little bit of drama in the chat, is it? We got someone who's going to take advantage of your fight. What are you going to do about it? Does it take a while to get a Sefton plate as I was going to be applying after I've done my medical? Yes. User, get your Liverpool badge. Sooner the better, money. Only if the road data is good. I'm on it, Martin. I get you. What are we doing? What are we all doing anyway? What are we all up to? Are we working? Are we chilling? We are going to be very busy on Monday if you're not striking. So are you striking then? Let me know in the comments. Just say, yes, I'm striking. No, I'm not striking. Let me know. Stuart, right, Matty, it was a pleasure. I'm off for the power nap. Keep up the content. Peace out. Thank you, Stuart. Much appreciated to have the follows, likes, and all that jazz. Much appreciated. I'll be back out Monday around 10 a.m. ish. Maybe come on a little bit earlier, half 9 ish, something like that. Because it's strike day, baby. Martin, I'm digging out my special jacket for Monday. Ah, yeah, yeah. So are you gonna, what you call it? Wear your Uber jacket? Oh yeah, there's the strikings now. Vinny, are you striking? Matty, I am striking, mate. I've been striking since January, since September. Thank you, Richie, for the follow on Facebook. Guys, if you're watching on any other social media, hit the subscribe and follow button for me. And I want to see if it pops up. At the moment, it's only showing Facebook pop up follows. I want to make sure. Is it working? Please. But yes, I've been striking since September. Whereas on Facebook, I am striking. Uber Rex, I am striking. Craig, I am not striking. Stewie, I am working. Martin, hell yeah. I'm guessing he means he's working. Anyone else? Want to throw in your 50p while we're all here? There's about 60, 70 people watching. Throw in your 50p. Please make a comment. Marius, do you think this Friday is a normal Friday for work? Sorry, Marius, what do you mean, mate? Hello, Chowd. Is it Chowdhury? I already submitted my application for driving instructor. Hopefully next 6 months. Bye bye Uber. Yeah, quite a lot of people have done that, mate. What are you striking for? Peace and love. I don't know. I don't know why they're striking. I'm not striking. I'm only striking because I don't work. I don't work Uber. Mios. What the point of operator? They are just here to take money from drivers. To be honest, we are the drivers 100% entitled to get 100% of the fare, but we give them back 5-10% to show our kindness. But now they want more and more. Mios, do you know why the operators take money? And I'll be honest with you, my airport company, DM Airport Transfers, takes money. And do you know why, mate? Because it's absolutely a nightmare and hard work to get used to work. So I know what you're saying, Mios, you're a driver. You want to keep 100% of the fare. Mios, you go out and work, mate. Go out and work and earn your money. You won't earn any money because you got no work. Without the operator, you got no work. So I know what you're saying. From an operator standpoint, they do need to take commission because they've got overheads, they've got marketing to pay, they've got so much stuff to pay for. Now, Uber, I'm not defending the 49%, but what I'm trying to say, operators get drivers to work. Without operators, then the drivers have got no work, have they? So they've got to be paid as well. Jack, I'm sitting at the Asda before school run half day here for kids, then Uber. Need to make £184 29p to pay the car off. Wish me luck. Why is it so specific, Jack? £184 and 29p? What? Marius, if it's going to be quiet or not, last Friday in 8 hour I did 75 quid. Oh wow. Yeah, Marius is gonna be dead in January, mate. Marius, that's why I do the streams on Fridays and Mondays. The what you call it, mate? The January's gonna be dead. Hello, Brownie on YouTube. How are we, mate? I do a school run with two kids, 4 miles total each day, 275 quid. Would you say that's good? I also do alpha in between. Oh, 275 quid a week. It's okay. It's okay. 275 quid a week, which means is 27 quid a day. And you're doing both school runs. So the school run is 13 quid each. No, it's not good. It's not good, mate. You're stuck for that school run time. You can't be flexible, work it. You might be sad, you might be busy, whatever, whatever. If I've got my math right, that's not the best. Might be wrong. Big Mash might be wrong. Equaliser. Hello, mate. I'm a hackney. I keep 100% of the fair. Good on you, lad. Good on you. The cross-border regulation is over now. FFFS. It's not. No, it's not over. It's not over. I didn't think that they were going to kick all the Wolverhampton drivers out. I really didn't think they were going to do that. They can't do that. How can they send 45,000 people back to Wolverhampton when there's no work? You're going to put people out of the jobs. They can't do that. So they're looking at fixing it where you don't have to go to a different cross-border island now. You stay in your own. So this won't benefit now. This will benefit in 10 years' time. Do you know what I mean? As things change over the years. If they fix it like 5, 6 years' time, 10 years' time, then in the future, if you're in Liverpool, you just get your Liverpool badge. If you're in Manchester, you just get your Manchester badge. There's pointless in going elsewhere because all the councils have the same price, same, rules and regulations. It's silly though, because even in Liverpool, Sefton, you can't have a minibus with forward-facing seats. You can't have a Ford Galaxy licensed for 6 passengers, but in Knowsley in Liverpool, you can. Like, what a stupid rule. The Wirral. Guys, if there's any Wirrals here, the Wirral, you can't have tinted glass. But Sefton, you can if it was manufactured. Do you know what I mean? So many stupid rules. It's crazy. In Wigan, they had a rule in Wigan. Someone bought a Ford Tornado and all the glass was manufactured tinted. They went to get it plated and he said no. He said no, you can't get it tinted. You can't get it plated because of the tint. But she's already bought the vehicle. So you'd have to pay grands and grands to get all the glass replaced for untint. So if they brought out a rule and where all councils follow the same rules, then it makes sense, doesn't it, guys? It really does. Tap the likes and follows, guys. Much appreciated. Please hit that like button, tap the screen. Follow me on the social medias. Get over on Twitch and Kick. YouTube. That's where you see the big screen with all the good stuff. Thank you very much. New Year's, I did 55 quid and gave up terrible rates. Yeah, Uber. I heard New Year's Eve was bad up until midnight. I try and pay card off on Uber Pro card. Ah, okay, Jack. Executive airport, that school contract is a joke. I thought if the math was mathing, that is a bad school contract, isn't it? 275 quid a week for 5 runs, 10 runs. Unless you just got a morning run or something, I don't know. That was terrible, that. Marius, I will try it today. I'm from Oldham and I go straight to Warrington and Liverpool. Marius, you're not going to get happy comments for that comment, Marius. I'm from Oldham and I go Warrington to live straight to Liverpool. Why don't you stay in Oldham, Marius? Or why don't you stay in Manchester, Marius? Tar Jason, much appreciated. Great pictures behind you, by the way. Thank you. Jack, I'm on £90 a day, 20 miles a day. So 450 quid a week school run. See, that's a bit more better. That's better. John, I'm guessing the school run is 27 quid in the morning, then the same in the afternoon. So 54 quid a day plus alpha. No, but then that'll be. Oh, yeah, it is. My maths was wrong, yeah. Yeah, so 54 quid in it. Still. Just clueless Wolves in Manchester. Hello, Ratch. It's half being a member, mate. Don't forget, guys, you can join the YouTube membership. You get awesome perks. Go check it out. You can't have tins of glass in Sheffield unless it's factory fitted. Some people actually buy factory glass and replace it. So what I mean? What a crazy rule. If you buy a car from a showroom, you should be able to get that plated showroom condition. Thanks for the follow on Facebook, Shad. Do you know what I mean? You should be allowed to do that. Andrew Webb, can you carry passengers with a space saver fitted? No, mate. It might be dependent on the council, Andrew, but you cannot work with a space saver. I'd say definitely not. But double check with your council, mate. But I don't think so, mate. Mios, what's the rate should driver consider to do a school run? Whatever rate you're happy with, mate. If you're happy with it, then go for it. There's no work in Manx due to so many cars. Everyone goes to Liverpool. And that's the problem, mate. And that's the problem. The last like 3, 4 Ubers I've got over the last 12 months, whatever, in Liverpool, every one of them has been a Manchester plated driving here. And that's the problem with cross-border hiring, mate. That is the problem with cross-border hiring. So if we've got 1,000 jobs in Liverpool per day, yeah, and if it was just the Liverpool-based people working it, it'll probably be busy. But the problem is, you got people going into Manchester from all out of areas, maybe up from Birmingham or whatever. You got Manchester lads coming to Liverpool, and yeah, it just kills it dead for everyone. So do you reckon that loads of Manchester lads go to Liverpool then? Marius, traffic is crazy around Manchester. At least at those busy times, the motorway round there is more clear. Andy Sparks, what do we do Monday? Just don't log into Uber, and that's what we're all doing. Yeah, Andy, if you want to take part, mate, just don't log in and just have you the morning off or work a different company. Equalizer on YouTube. Does anyone opt in for Uber pension scheme? No, mate, I turned it off. I turned it off right at the beginning. Don't fancy it at all, mate. Hello, John. Uber rates are just terrible. Even in the ice the other day, I was getting Uber offers for less than £1 a mile. One of them worked out at about 65p per mile in the bad ice. I would never work in the ice, mate. I just don't want to. I don't want a thingy. I don't want to wreck my car for £1 a mile. Do you know what I mean? Uber ended Wolves in 6 months for Wolves in 2017. Bet they hit a deal with driverless brought forward. User, how long does it take to get a Liverpool plate? It's a lot more quicker than a Liverpool than the other council, mate. Marius, but it's understandable, Matt. Why would I stay around Manchester for a £7 trip and sit in traffic for 30 minutes? That's why I'd rather go around there. Marius, from a driver perspective, from a self-employed driver with perspective, you can do that. Do you know what I mean? Because you're self-employed, you can do what you want. You got to earn money for your family, blah blah blah. So go to the best place that you can make money. Do you know what I mean? But from a Liverpool perspective, obviously it's our ass on the Liverpool drivers, isn't it? Because if Marius, if you come to Liverpool and earn 100 quid and then drive back to Manchester, if you stayed in Manchester, that 100 quid income that you earned would be spread across the Liverpool drivers, wouldn't it? So then if you times that 100 quid income to 100 drivers, there's 10 grand been taken out of Liverpool by Manchester drivers. That 10 grand could have stayed in Liverpool to the Liverpool drivers. And that's the big issue with cross-border hiring. Do you know what I mean? Wherever you live, you should just work. Do you know what I mean? If you get a job from Manchester to Liverpool, try and get one back, yeah? But that's the problem with cross-border hiring. People come from West Midlands, yeah, and you get a hotel, share a hotel in Liverpool, and spend the weekend in Liverpool because the West Midlands are so bad. And that's why Liverpool's so bad, because everyone's doing it. Do you know what I mean? John, I'm not sure you are legally allowed to drive in general with a space saver tyre on. I was under the impression it was just to get you on your way to the tyre place and get the wheel back on. John, you might be right. To be honest, if you got pulled by the police, you could just say, "Oh, I'll just put it on now." Do you know what I mean? But yeah, realistically, the space saver is for an emergency. I'd definitely not working it. I'd definitely not working it, and just try and get it replaced as soon as you can. Jason Simmons, I live near Lichfield Staffs. The local taxi firms struggle because of Uber is so much easier to get, and lots of Brummy drivers with Wolverhampton badges work the area. I too work local but hard to. Mate, honestly, it is bad, isn't it? It is. It is bad. Uber's done exactly what they wanted to do, haven't they? So after likes and follows, guys, much appreciated. Send me phone there quick. Has anyone got in the Has anyone got in the Discord yet? Let me show you the Discord. The Discord is mental. So there's 336 people in the Discord at the moment. There's all the chats. You got the members chat for YouTube members, and then you got the free chats. And it's a really good group of lads, guys. If you're considering and you want somewhere to hang out and chat, especially when the live's not on, come over to the Discord. The link to join is on drivermatty.com. Over there. drivermatty.com. Come and join. Mios, how much do the operator get from council for school run per mile? Depends on the operator. The operators charge the rates, don't they? Charge as much commission as they want. So you'll have some operators that are only taking £5. Some operators that are only taking, do you know what I mean, 30 quid. Jason, are you in the Discord, mate? So if you're a YouTube member, are you in the members only section of the Discord? You should be. Speak to someone, one of the admins in the Discord, mate, and they'll get you added into the members only area if you're not already added into the Discord. YouTube members get in the private chat, a bit more chill. Facebook, Polymona. The amount of drivers from Rochdale, Bury, Oldham, Birmingham, Manchester, and others are working in Liverpool is madness. Mate, you bang on. It is. It's crazy how many non-Liverpool plates you see in Liverpool. But I'm going to be on the wall here, guys, on the fence. And have you ever drove to Manchester? How many Sefton, Knowsley, Wolverhampton plates are in Manchester as well? So it happens all the time, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Mios, no, Matty. What I meant was how much council give to driver. Some said it's bidding to get a school run. Is it true? Yeah, so only operators can get school contracts, mate, from the council. So just say the operator gets a school contract for 500 quid a week. They could then give it to a driver for 400 quid a week, 350 quid a week, or 450 quid. It depends on the operator and that. Do you know what I mean? Are you in the members one, Jason? Nice one, mate. Andrew, morning, mate. I will jump on the Discord just in case of any of them want tax advice when I'm in there. Andy, what a legend. My tax advisor. Be prepared, mate. It's flipping carnage in there, but it is a good laugh. Mios, what I meant was to operator. Yeah, to just bid, mate. I think just bid together. I'm not 100% sure. I've never actually bidded on one. Jamie, James Walton LFC. Hello, mate. I'm assuming it's a Scouser, Walton, and then LFC. Councils need to change the rules ASAP. I think it's going to change, mate. I think we're going to get a Merseyside plate, me, for private hire. I really do. The Wirral, Knowsley, Sefton, Liverpool, and maybe St Helens and Holton are in one plate. All under the same rules, all under the same tests. I reckon so. Makes much sense, doesn't it? Yeah, it's on YouTube. Hello, mate. All right, Matty started working on Uber in August 2025. Do we need a self-assessment before the 31st of January? Andy, answer the question. Lad, my accountant is in the chat. Andy, can you help him? I'm pretty sure you'll be okay. So August 2025 runs till April 2026, and then you got to submit before January 2027. It's like a year behind, isn't it? I'm pretty sure, mate. Executive airport transfer. Operators like myself bid on jobs from the council. Whoever bids the lowest wins the contract. You can't see what each other has bid. So it's a race to the bottom. Like anything in this world, mate, isn't it? Time for the likes, follows and stuff on TikTok. I'm not ignoring you. Just come over to these chats over here. Much appreciated. If you keep tapping the screen, we get it more busy. Popping off. Matty is correct. What a flippin' knowledgeable person. I've learned from the best, Andy. Mios, I'm applying for my operator license and I will join with the airport transfers. How much do you charge? That would be telling Mios. And if you're just getting your operator license, you will not be coming with the airport transfers, matey. Only experienced professionals for DM airport transfers, my good friend. Not no flipping brand newies, brand spankers. Ben, will vehicles also be licensed by LTAs going forward on harmonised rules? Ben, very elegant question, my friend. I'm not too sure. Are you thinking we might not have Merseyside plates? I don't know. I really don't know, matey. Nice one, Kate. No worries, John. No self-assessment needed now. What? You still need self-assessments, mate. So with the tax makes digital, You need to submit quarterly, and then at the end of the year, you still need to submit a self-assessment. The quarterly just lets them keep on track of you, but you still need a self-assessment. You still need an accountant. You still need a self-assessment, and you need like an app to be able to record what you're doing on a 3-month basis. Hello, Tony. I've noticed this morning that 2 jobs I did on Uber didn't have a multi-stop on again. Have you got rid of the? Have you got rid of the multi-stop again? Come on, have they? Sneaky, sneaky. Andrew Neary. Again, Matty is correct over self-assessment. I am a wizard, guys. A wizard of knowledge. No, I've just had loads of conversations with Andy. So yeah, John, you still need to submit a self assessment um every January. Oh well, before the January, but you get me. You gotta submit it. Benjamin, hello, matey. I'm thinking the rules for Merside plated vehicle could be much tougher than currently, e.g. not allowed all BMWs. Ben, Ben, how dare you diss the beautiful 400-year-old 7 Series I've currently got? But you are right, Ben. So what Ben's saying is a good point. Certain councils has age limits, certain councils don't. So when they become a combined license, it could change the rules for everyone. As the example, um, as the example, my car is 13 years old and it's licensed for Liverpool Council. I don't think you can have it licensed with Sefton at that age. So when they bring in the big rule, when they bring in the big rule, will they increase the age, or you know what I mean? And then won't I be plated no more? So that's a good point, Ben. Thank you. John, no self-assessment needed for the person that only started in August. Sorry, John, that is correct. John was right to answer from before. That's confusing. So I need to put one in January. Wait there, Kate. Were you the one who asked about? Wait there. No, sorry, Kate. No, you don't. You don't need to put one in 1 January. Your tax year ends April 2026. So in 3 months' time, you record all your income and expenses from August 2025 to April 2026, and then that's all got to be submitted by January 2027, mate. Okay? Andrew, Matty, ever thought of becoming an accountant? No, mate. My maths ain't mathing, lad. To have to like some follows in the universe, whatever that is on TikTok. Much appreciated. Beautiful people. Paul, thank you for the follow on Facebook. James Walton LFC, hello there, matey. I've got my Liverpool plate early November, and the lads who ran the education course, I know where this is coming, said the changes are meant to be happening early 2026. I can't see it happening anytime soon myself. James, you're on about the Union Hackney lads that run the courses. They said it when I was doing my badge years ago. They've said it for years. The Hackney lads have always said it. The Hackney lads have said it forever. They've always said it. Cross border iron stopping, the Wolverhampton stopping. They've said it for years, mate. Do you know what I mean? They might have heard something new, but what I've heard in the past is they say the same thing. Jack, only professional drivers for DM Airport transfers. I've never been called a professional before. Well, now you have, Jack. Andy, if you start in August 2025, your first year ended will be 5th of April 2026. So this is your current deadline. Doesn't apply to you. There you go, mate. John, your tax return is for the previous year, so if you started only in August, then your tax return only June of next year. Perfect, John. Thank you, mate. James, could you plate at Sefton? You could plate at Sefton, but only 6 months only. Oh, did you? Can you, James? That's the same as Liverpool. I've only got a 6 month plate on Liverpool. So is Liverpool, Sefton, and Knowsley got the same age limit? Kate, how much do I owe you? Just subscribe to the channel, lad. That's all I ask. £5 a month. Get loads of perks. I'm only messing. Wayne, my car is a Renault Grand Scenic Mark 4 17 plate with Sefton and has to have a compliance test every 6 months. Ah, okay, I get you, I get you. Nah, no problems, Kate. Andy, stop poaching me customers, lad. Kate, all jokes aside, mate, you do need an accountant. Andrew Neary, accountants in Crosby. Sign up with him for your end of year tax next year, mate. Honestly, he's legit and he's spot on as well. Malik on TikToky Toky. I heard about strike on 12th of January. What are your thoughts? It's optional. I don't think it'll make a difference, but I know a lot of people do, so I'm not going to dishearten them in any way and just say, yeah, there's a strike 7 a.m. till midday, Monday the 12th. Andy, how rich is Matty? Actually, Jack, Andy could even answer this. Not very rich because I buy and sell a car every weekend and I lose so much money in my cars. And that is true. Okay, just work out your profit each month to manage your expenses, settle car fuel, etc. And that leaves your earnings what you actually profited, then you pay 20% of that amount. Yeah, John, that's a good guide. And what I normally do, if you want to put money away, Kate, each week for the tax man, just put away 10% of your total earnings. You see what I mean? So if you're earning £1,000 a week, put 100 quid a week away for your tax man. Because once you've took away your expenses, you know what I mean? It'll work out like that. Andrew, could be much richer if you went out and worked. Did you hear that? I'm getting slagged off on social media by my accountant. What's all that about? But he's also true. He's also true. I've got a licensed vehicle and I haven't driven it since like mid-December. Oh God. Morning to them. My Urus is a 2017 plate and it has to be MOT'd every 6 months with Oldham Council. So has Oldham got the same rule, mate? Over like 8 years, you got to go on a 6 month plate. That seems like it's an actual thing, doesn't it? Andrew sharing his details there. See how, lad? GPDR. John, if you fall in the lower tax bracket, just put 20% of your profits away, then you can always have the amounts you can earn before paying any tax, usually about 12k, so you can actually count the first 12k. Correct, John. Andy, do you do Scottish drivers? I know the tax systems are different. Andy, do you do? No, mate. Ah, Jack. Sorry, mate, you cannot have Andy's abilities. Jason, so your car is 13 years old. What's the mileage and how long do you plan to keep it? Do you want my honest opinion? Jason, I've had it for about 2 months. It's only done 60,000 and I can't see having it in the next couple of months. Because I'm an absolute nightmare with cars. I'm sorry, Andy, it's more work for you because I might be getting rid of my car again in a couple of months. So I do apologise. I do apologise, Andy. But he loves me, really. He does. But yeah, I only bought it a couple of months ago, Jason, and it's a beauty, mate. 7 Series, 3 litre diesel, 60,000 miles on the clock. It pairs like a kitten. Look, see, Andy's angry. Because every time I sell buy a car, he's got to work out the depreciation and everything. I go through like 3 cars, 4 cars a year, and every time Andy's got to work out the depreciation and everything. Funny. Sorry, Andy. 12 grand before the taxman comes for his cut. Yeah, wait, that's about right, mate. Put him 12 years max for Oldham. So that means I won't be able to license my 7 Series on Oldham. True. Mac Driver on Twitch. The first Twitch comment after an hour and 20 minutes. What's going over? Twitch. Give us a follow if you haven't already. But Twitch and Kick is dead, I think. Hardly anyone watching that, but I'm brand new to it. I need to start promoting Twitch more often, don't I? It's always YouTube and Facebook and TikTok. But thank you, MCR Driver on Twitch. Much appreciated for joining the Madhouse. Matty ain't a taxi driver, he's a car salesman. I am, Andy. Anyone want to buy a 7 Series? I will sign the seats with my scent. Driver Matty scent on the Auto Trader advert. Oh, God. I can't pronounce your name. Is it Elias Mohammediri? Is worth to be taxi driver now? No, it's not, in my opinion. Equaliser, if Uber pension are willing to pay 3% on your 5% and it gets you out of the tax liability in that amount, then why is it not a good thing? Because I don't like pensions. I want to do what I want with my own money. So I don't want any big corporation taking me money and doing what they want with it. Do you know what I mean? If I have another job, just stick to your other job, mate. I wouldn't even bother with the stress and I go, Uber Eats, get a scooter, do some Uber Eats, but it pays the same rates anyway. Is Uber going to be fully electric this year? I don't know about this year in London. I'm not too sure, matey. I know that they want to push full electric soon, but I'm not too sure when. Phil Mack, I think taxi MOT should be weekly for Wolverhampton drivers. Help us all out. Weekly. Time for the likes and follows, guys. Much appreciated. Andrew Neary, equaliser is correct over pension. It's likely like getting a 3% pay rise, but you won't get the money till you retire. That's it, Andy. And the big point is you will get a 3% pay rise, but you won't get the money till you retire. Do you know what I mean? I'm not planning on living till retirement age. No chance. Sat there in a home like that. I'm jumping off the highest building. I'm going to go out like a taxi driver should, on like a big motorway pile-up. You do with the car, so you do Uber Eats already. That's your best bet, mate. Uber Eats and that. Minimum up to 10 years, and for first plate, then 6 months to 14 years. Okay. MCR driver on Twitch. What are your thoughts on the strike 12th of Jan? Mate, it's personal preference, mate. Um, I'll be striking just because I'll be live here. And to be honest, mate, I've striked on Uber since September. Martin, right, unofficially done sitting somewhere where there's loads of taxis and this sad park next to me is watching. What? Right, unofficially done sitting somewhere where there's loads of taxis and the sad park next to me is watching. So wait there, you're sat where there's loads of taxis and there's someone sat next to you in your car watching me or watching you. Because Eva would be a bit mad. Watching me? Is right? Who's sat next to Martin in Newcastle watching me? Let me know. I want Martin to introduce himself to this strange person that's watching me. Not strange as in you're weird. Strange as in stranger. Next car along is watching me. Anyone in Newcastle watching? Look for a creepy man. Creepy man. Yeah, I can't remember what you drive. What are you in? The Horus. Creepy man in a silver Horus. Oh, God. Relay as well, all crab, maybe under Uber, possibly. Equalize not eccentric, technically true. Some pensions can be got out when you're in your 50s. Oh, fair enough. James, if you're married and your wife's wage, thanks, Phyllis, for the follow. If you're married and your wife's wage is under the tax-free allowance, you can claim marriage allowance at 10%. Will go into yours, make your tax-free allowance at 13. That is a good point, James, as well. Ah, you're funny, mate. Strike since September. I have, mate. I've strike since I haven't worked at Uber since September, mate. I've been working past few days, normal rates, but very slow. But it's January, mate. It's guaranteed that. My opinion is that it's not going to work, as most of them just want to work, don't care what is coming forward. 100%, mate. 100%. That is very true. Um, it's not going to work. As soon as you start seeing surge on the apps, they're going to go out and work. Even the strikers are going to do it. Zach, hello, matey, on Facebook. Yes, fellas, do whatever you want. Andrew Neary is equalizer is correct. You can take it from when you're 50, but if you're working, you'll pay 20% on all your pension. Best thing to do is take it when you officially retire, 55. So just to clarify, you put your money away for all your life, and then when you want to cash out, you got to pay 20% tax on it. And you're telling me your pension's worth it. He's just collapsed his seat. He thinks he's gonna. You think he's gonna sleep? He's either gonna sleep or he's hiding. But also, if he's gonna sleep, I do find it offensive. Anyone watching in Newcastle or listening, have you just reclined your seat somewhere? Taff, the Manchester driver following on Twitch. Have you crashed? Put your seat back. I need to know. Communities a branch, how are we, lad? Good morning, media Matty. Not driver Matty, obviously. Keep up the strike. Yeah, you striking commuter. Executive advertise. Imagine going to work to collapse your seat to go to sleep. Uber life, baby. Uber life. John, striking on Monday will not make any difference to Uber. They don't care about people trying to feed their kids. They care about their own profits. I'd say Uber cares more about the passenger because if the passenger keep getting picked up, Uber or Uber company still keeps growing. They care about the passenger. So the only way you can make Uber listen or think if you upset the passenger. So the strikes could work if there was unity, but there's not unity because it's self-employment and there's no unity in self-employment. So the strike would work if everyone done it. It would work. If everyone turned the app off for 3 days straight, didn't even open the app and went and worked for another company in the whole of the UK, it would work. But it's not happening. Because only 10% will go off and the 90% working will enjoy the surge. And that's the problem. And Uber knows this. And Uber knows this now. And that's why they're not bothered at all. So all this on social media, let's strike here, strike there. The Uber executives are sat in their offices, mate, going, what mugs? Let's lower the rate an extra 10p per mile. Let's go. Let's see how much we can squeeze them before they pop. Because nothing's going to happen, mate. The best way you can do it, guys, ready? You wake up in the morning, you're an Uber driver, sat there, yeah? I don't know why, I don't know that. You sat there, you're an Uber driver, just woke up, you'd have your breakfast and a coffee, yeah? Healthy brekkie, because we're Uber drivers, you're going to get fat. So you sit there, you have your brekkie, and you go, I don't like Uber. I don't like Uber's rates. I don't like driving for Uber. So do you know what you should do? Get another job, find another operator, and stop working Uber. If you like Uber, and you're happy with Uber, then go out after doing all this, I don't know what that is, and just go out and work Uber. That is the best way you can do it. It really is. Equalize, take a sip and reinvest the money yourself. Unless you're total moron, you can't lose it. Certain ETFs have averaged over 12% over the last 25 years. Yeah, mate, I actually just put, obviously, you think I'm on social media, you might think I'm loaded. I'm not, mate. I live on my means like everyone else, but it just means I can be a bit more lazier than others. Do you know what I mean? That's the perk of being what I do. So I actually do, I put little bits in, mate. The S&P 500 and a little bit in Tesla because I think the cyber cabs are going to make their share rocket. So I literally put a little bit in each week as my savings into those two things in a ISA. Is it an ISA? The thing that you don't pay tax on. I put it at that weekly, just put it a little bit away. If I need a bit extra money, I take it out. Do you know what I mean? So it's like instead of leaving it in your bank, I'm leaving it in there. So my surplus cash goes in the ISA. Um, and obviously it goes up and down like anything. But like you say, the SP and 500 just slowly does that. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's a good way to do it. Where pensions and stuff like that, you're paying into a pension each week, you're skint. You can't buy anything, you can't even touch that pension, and you might not even touch it because you die in your 40s. That's why I don't believe in pensions. I think you should make your own pensions, your own savings. Invest in a house, buy a house, rent it out, whatever, whatever. We need Trump in charge. Make Uber great again. Maybe you've seen what's going on in America. People are getting shot by those ICE agents and all that, aren't they? Absolutely carnage in America. And then Trump wakes up one morning and goes, I want oil. Let's go. Boom. Shoots over, steals someone's oil and all the ships. He is mad, mate. He's mental. I mean, it's a branch at this time of year. It's easy to be busy, fool with the low offers from Uber. Uber care only about their shareholders. I'll stick with a school run for now and look for a local base. Where are you based, commuter? I can't remember. That's your best option, mate. I know loads of people have gone to Vizu this month because all the taxis are quiet, but at least with the local companies, you get a good rate. Do you know what I mean? Oh, do you want to show you this picture? I shared this on my Facebook and that, yeah. Let me show you. Where are we? I don't know if you've seen it this morning. This made me laugh, this. So Vizu is at... Get over there. Dear driver partner, as a reminder, the highest WAV percentage you will pay is 30%, and the 27% is still reduced to 25%. Some ride hailers are or will be charging up to 49% commission. That got sent by Vizu, and I put it on the Facebook. How funny is that? Isn't that mad? So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Oh, Belfast, yeah. What are the local companies in Belfast like? Are they any good? Parliament, we are self-employed, all of us. That's meaning we are doing business with Uber. Why drivers accepting to be a price taker and not a price maker? Very easy. Just don't accept the prices. Right, Parliament. Let me get something straight, mate. If I go out and work Uber and I wait for the good fares in Liverpool, yeah, the good fares won't come. So you'd either sit there and look at the rubbish fares, or you just go out and work and be happy. People say don't accept the low fares. There's very rarely good fares, guys, depending on where you live. It might work in London, I don't know. But if I went out on Uber now and I didn't accept a good fare job, I only accepted good fare jobs, I'll be sat here with my phone on and I won't earn any money. And if it's my main income, you can't just work like that. Hi, Jax, S&P 500, 7% growth historically. That's what I mean, mate. Brilliant. My dad worked from 14 and died at 63. Just got his pension a week before. It's pointless, a pension to me anyway. He passed away. Sorry to hear that, Jack, but that's bang on, mate. That's it. He worked since he was 14. He was about to get his money 50 years later, and he died a week before it's due. Don't let anyone else control your money, mate. That's in my opinion. It's after likes and follows, guys. Much appreciated. Stewie, Holton MOT is every 6 months if the car is over 3 years old. Are you messing? Holton, which is probably the most tiniest irrelevant council to get licensed with, is that strict? Has they got an upper age limit, so like over 3 years it goes on a 6 month, and then you can't have the car, or can you have a 15-year-old car on Holton? That's so strict. Wow. Community branch line. Belfast only has Uber and local depots. If Bolt or Visu set up in Belfast, drivers would try it out. Ah, okay. So literally use that Bolt and that's it. And then local. That's all Liverpool have. Liverpool only have Bolt, mate. They only have Uber. We don't have any other apps. We have Uber and we have the local companies. No Bolt in Liverpool. I'm waiting to hear back from Bolt actually because I was emailing them, talking to them a bit about maybe doing a partnership or something like that. And I'm going to ask them when I get in touch with them properly, is it coming to Liverpool? Because I think if Bolt Flex come to Liverpool, I think it would be great for drivers. I think it'll give Uber a little bit of competition, and I think it'll level up the playing field a bit. Bolt Flex is cheap, like Uber, but Bolt Flex only has a capped commission of 18%. So even though the rates are really bad on Bolt, at least you know they're only taking 18% off you. Do you know what I mean? Where other companies, you don't know how much commission they're taking and stuff. Could be naught, could be 49% or whatever, whatever. Do you know what I mean? So I think Bolt Flex is a belter. Hello, Ghost439 on TikTok. TikTok's been quiet today. TikTok has been very disappointing today. Normally TikTok is flying, mate, but been quiet today. I've noticed me Monday stream is a lot more busier than me Friday stream. And the only thing I can think of, there's a lot of drivers working Friday. But the reason I done the stream on Friday and Monday, I might be doing a stream on Wednesday. So I do Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you see. So it's split up a bit. So as it gets a bit bigger, I might do a stream on Wednesday as well, just a couple of hours. 2 hours, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Just to have a little gap with the community, see what's happening. Do you know what I mean? I think that's a good way to be. Just communicate with each other. Fancy it, Bev? Hello, mate. How are we? Where have you been? You're normally quite on here, mate. It's been flipping quiet without you, lad. Morning, mate. In regard to private hire pensions, if you're single or not, you can always set your wife, son, etc. as a primary beneficiary. So even if you don't live to claim it, it won't go to waste. That's good, Fancy. That's good, mate. Jack, I stopped doing pension, moved it to Monzo. It's paying the stock market. I'm currently up 10%. Also, Monzo's pension plays the stock market and it's gone up 10%. So, can you take your Monzo money out whenever you want? And is it in an ISA, by the way, so it's tax free? You're working. That's what I mean, Fancy. I think the Friday stream's a bit quieter because a lot of people work Fridays, don't they? Where Mondays is not. So I don't know. I might change it to Monday and Wednesday. But to be honest, mate, it's been consistent throughout. It's just nowhere near as busy as the Monday stream. It's after likes and follows, guys. Appreciate it. Do you know what I mean? So let's see what happens. Bolt and Bolt Flex, you can set per mile as well. Yeah, mate. You can set your per mile, and also you can bid. So if a job comes through at like 200 quid, you can add a tenner onto it and send it back. And if they accept it, you get it for 210. Then I think Bolt Flex is definitely looking a bit more into the drivers' wants. Do you know what I mean? Equalised S&P 500, 11% in the last 10 years. Do you know what I mean? Equaliser. I'm literally using the S&P 500 and Tesla stock as a saving scheme. If I need the money, I'll pull it back out because it's in an ISA, so it's tax free anyway. But I'm just going to be trickling it in. So you know, normally you might have like 300 quid in the bank, aren't you? And it's like your surplus, a little bit of savings. I've been putting that into that instead of just leaving it into the bank. Do you know what I mean? Because it's better future-proofed, isn't it? Hello, Manaz. Matty, last night I checked Uber prices as customer and I was shocked. Uber offered from my house in L8 to Lime Street a ride for £2.75. Wow, that is low. Yeah. See, the thing is, right, I'm not going to defend Uber. No chance. But what I'm going to say from Uber's perspective is their dynamic pricing is set on availability. It's set on demand. Okay? To have the likes and follows. So Uber's a whole algorithm is set on demand. January is the least demand month. So you're going to see the worst rates. You see better rates on better months when the demand is higher. But at the moment, you've got thousands of hungry drivers and not much work. So they can pump out jobs at absolute the worst rates possible by taking the maximum commission because they know drivers will take it. But when the demand is higher and the passengers are a bit more desperate, then the rates get increased to entice the drivers to take the money. And that's why Uber wants as many drivers as they can. They want to flood the market because they want the algorithm to stay low, so the rates stay low, so they can maximize their profits. That is why January is offering some of the worst rates over the last few years because of that. In Belfast, two large companies, Value Cab and Fonacan. Fonacan. Is that the company called Fonacan? Or is it Fonacab? What's Fonacan? Fonacan dominate the market. They might they may have up to 2,000 drivers between them and are bought at multiple local firms, deposit rent is under £6 a week. Ouch. So commute under the £65 a week's not bad though, is it? If you look at your Uber app, you're probably paying a hell of a lot more than that, aren't you? But yeah, that's similar to Liverpool. We've got a couple more. We've got Alpha, Delta, Vizu, One Call. But Alpha's like probably the biggest one now. And Vizu's more UK wide, but it's not that big in Liverpool compared to Alpha, if you get me. But there's a few options in Liverpool, but only for app based. It's only Uber. Jack, it's locked, but I play S&P separate myself for some Tesla and gold and silver, etc. Yeah, yeah. That's the best bet, mate. I think Tesla's going to have the biggest growth, but it is risky. Because Elon could have been having a dodgy morning, put a tweet out, and it drops 20%. But at the moment, I'm just throwing like whatever, 50 quid or 40 quid a weekend, just to top it up. Martin's signal here is cack. I'm back, and he's still asleep. So is my voice, is he still watching it? Let me know if he's still watching it. P.S. I have a snow and winter tyres fitted each year. Today, they're virtually no driver, so I earned 150 quid in 5 hours with 90 miles travelled. I was happy with that. Hand, purple, blue piece. That must be emojis, wasn't it? Listen, you bang on. People are obviously there's no snow in Liverpool, but in the West Midlands and stuff, if you have risked work in the snow, then obviously the demand's going to be massive because there's going to be loads of drivers and aren't risking it. Phonacab, that makes more sense. Phonacab or whatever it was, Phonacab. So that's like a play on Phonacab, innit? Sausage fingers. Yeah, don't we all, mate? So I have no choice accepting every job that's worthable at the moment just to survive. Very dramatic, but very true. Respect. Equalizer. I also receive dividends throughout the year from my investments. Come on, lad. Equalizer sounds like he's flipping taking names, isn't he? Dividends from my investments. I love it. Jack got a bounce for the school run. Thanks to the chat, Jack. Thank you for tuning in, mate. It's kept it ticking over. Much appreciated. I'll be back online about 9:30, 10 o'clock Monday. Try and jump in on Twitch or Kick or something new. Just so I can try and get a few follows on there. Keep it popping off. Oh my God, guys. 300 in 6 hours, snow chains on, making up for Monday's strike. Is that what you've done today? You must be in the heavy snow area then, because there's no slow here. Martin, he's playing on his phone on the dash. So is this playing on his phone? So as he fell asleep listening to me, Martin? Please confirm. Because I'm going to try something. So is he playing? Is he watching me on his phone now as he's asleep in the car? Has he used me to sleep, Martin? I don't know if I seem offended to that. Would you listen to me sleeping? I could listen to me sleeping. Quite a soothing voice, isn't it? Hello. Welcome to Driver Matty. Her family still needs feeding, bills need paying, ha ha ha. Yeah, mate, 100%. Get out there and work, mate, and earn your dough. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. Earn your money, earn your money. Martin, is he listening to me, lad? Because I'm gonna scream, wake up, if he is. So let me know if he is, and then everyone turn the volume down, and I'm gonna wake him up because I am bored, and I am gonna end the stream soon. So I'm gonna wake him up and then laugh, and then probably end the stream. Gaz, yes, all priority and comfort drive. So, Gaz, I guess you're where all the snow is. So you've turned Uber X and share off, and you're just using Uber priority and Uber comfort. And because of the snow and the demands loads, there's low drivers. It's super busy for you, mate. Snow tech chains as well. Brilliant. That's brilliant, mate. Clean up, lad. Clean up, baby. There's literally no snow here, though. It's literally just wet. I'm kind of glad, though, because my Beamer doesn't drive in the snow. So, but averaging £60 daily at the moment. Wow. Mate, what are you doing, lad? You're earning 60 quid a day, a day. How many hours are you working for that? At a push. Mate, you can't be working most hours. It's dead, but it's not that dead. You're right, 165 quid to pop and rent. It's probably less than Uber's if you do a full week. But value, kind of phone cab, once paid up front every Tuesday AM, or your data head is turned off, Uber's pay as you go. That is true. It depends what you want. Hello, Robert. Listen, Martin, he's listen. Like, listen, guys, turn your phones down for 1 second. Turn it down. So someone's asleep watching me stream. Is everyone's volume down? What's up? What's up? Oh God, let me know if he wakes up, lad. Oh, how are we? 5 hours a day. Wait there, Crum. So you're desperate. Your kids need feeding. You're like proper laying it on thick, like you're living the poverty line, and you're doing 5 hours a day, and you're bringing in 60 quid. Something is not adding up there, lad. Something's not adding up. Delayed answer due to signal being cack. Ah, okay. So my lagging. Would you do an 8 hour Uber face off with driver Denny? I do a face off, but I wonder 8 hours, lad. I haven't worked Uber since September. But yeah, I'm up for anything. But contact me. Defo. Oh, but I'm not doing 8 hours, mate. You're flipping madman. I'm a busy guy. Got to run the news blog. Got to run the airport company. Got to do this type of stuff, content and crap. Busy guy. To run, get bored, so go home. Well, lad, your kids can't be that hungry, can they? Something mischievous about you, Karum. You are writing desperation, but also stupidity. It's not adding up, lad. You said you're desperate and stuff, and then you're just doing 5 hours, get bored, go home with 40 quid. You going to see the Skoda, Rob? Ah, you know. Put in the WhatsApp group again. I can't remember which one it is. It, yeah, hey, Rob, put your Skoda in the WhatsApp group, and I'll have a nosy of it. £45 after expenses. Ah, that makes more sense. See, I knew something weren't adding up. No one's gonna go out five hours a day and do 45 quid. You should have stipulated in your previous comments, mate, that oh my God, I've got so many notifications. The Discord is popping off. Did he wake up by the way, Martin? Who are we up to? 11:45. Listen, guys, I might call it a day because I'm proper chocolate today with loads of stuff I've got to do. So, and it's died to death a bit now. So listen, much appreciated for tuning in. Time for the likes and follows. 66 plates of State Auto. Nice. Time for the likes and follows as per usual. And yeah, I will be back Monday morning around 9:30, 10 o'clock. So make sure you follow and tune in on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Facebook. Legends. Thanks very much. Love you, bye. Where is the off button? Hello, where is the off button? Oh, and where is the off button? Some depot owners are hard to work for, chasing drivers, wearing the shirt and tie, or keeping clean while. Yeah, I get you, mate. I get you. See you in a bit. See you on Monday, strike day. See me Monday, 9:30, 10 o'clock, Monday morning. I will be back. See